Morning, Nigel. Was Saturday's defeat at home to Doncaster harder to take than the week prior on the opening game of the season against Burton? Because on that day at the Pirelli Stadium, you were beaten effectively by two fantastic strikes. The two on Saturday looked preventable.
Yeah, scrappy, very scrappy goals, both of them from our point of view. I'm sure Doncaster will be delighted, but from a defensive point of view, we should have done much better. But two games we could have got something from easily. Could be sitting here with 4 points, you could have got a point at Burton and we're 1-0 up with 15 minutes to go. But the little key points and times in games are going against us. We have to do better to turn them our way. But two very, very narrow defeats, fine margins and all that sort of stuff, as it will be for the next 9 months as well. And we have to find a way. So those fine points go in our favour for a change.
What aspects of your play from Saturday do you think we can build on this?
We're showing little glimpses in games and patches of everything where we're okay. We're still some way off in terms of I think fine-tuning formations and things like that. We talked about it for the last few weeks with all the new players coming in. But we still should have enough to get a point from the game at the very least, and if not, see out the last 15 minutes and win it. Concede a goal from a corner. I think it's an own goal in the end, isn't it? Has it gone in off Elliott? A little bit of a break wouldn't go amiss as well. But yeah, there's still lots of things to work on.
When you say fine-tuning formations, is that something you could look to change? You're playing with a 3-5-2 at the minute.
Yeah, no, we're trying to sort of work it the best way we can in terms of getting Reedy in and Jamie McDonnell and either Regan or Nathan, George Maris, or that sort of thing. We've got a few options in there, and you only get a limited time, 3 or 4 games, proper games pre-season to look at things. Jamie didn't come in until a week or so before the season, so there's a few different things to look at, yeah.
When you've brought so many new faces in, as manager, are you still working out the best 11?
Yeah, of course, because you're aware of everybody's abilities and capabilities, but how do they fit into what we're trying to do? Who's in a little bit of form at the moment? Who settles in quickest? Fitness-wise comes into it as well, because there's a few missed all of pre-season. Dom Dwyer, he missed the first week or so. Say Jamie missed a bit. So there's quite a few still playing catch-up, but we knew this would be the case. We just wanted to try and get a point or two on the board, which we should have had in the first 2 games.
Player-wise, how's Luke Bolton today?
Yeah, he's still got a slight problem with his hamstring. We'll see how he is for the game tomorrow night, see if we can get him involved. If not, hopefully Saturday.
What about Deji Oshalaja?
Yeah, he's coming along. He's had an injection in his groin area, so he'll be week to week at the moment and see how that settles down.
Still monitoring that one?
Yes, yeah. He's obviously got no chance for this week.
Elsewhere, we spoke about Keanu Bacchus on Saturday, who was transferred recently to St Mirren. Now he's departed. Is that a vacancy that could be filled? Yeah, definitely. It leaves us a space open. And already just a couple of games in, you start getting the knocks. Now you're into full contact games and everything. Saturday we got 4 or 5 knocks from the game. Either cut heads, we've got a mild concussion, we've got a dead leg, we've got a knee. You saw Elliott with cramp. So already 2 games in, the sort of 20 outfield that we've got with Joe Gardner and Deji out and Luke Bolton already looks a bit thin on the ground. Let's look ahead then to tomorrow night's match away at Chesterfield in the first round of the Carabao Cup. It's a real rivalry, isn't it, in the lower regions of the English Football League. Off the field, it's bound to be passionate. What about on the field? Do you have to manage a derby of this nature differently? Yeah, I think the weather might manage to have an impact on that. We're talking about being 30 degrees, so I think that might take if you get a cold winter's night with a wet pitch and everybody's, tackles are flying in. But we still expect a certain level of passion in the game, without a doubt, because of the nature of it, and we have to be ready for that. Wish we were at home. Wish we'd got our home fans behind us, but we've got to go there and fight and scrap and see if we can get a result. Yeah, you're backed by or you will be backed by a sold-out away end, which was always going to be the case. Oh, within, 30 minutes? I think tickets are like gold dust. The teams haven't met for a few years, and having been involved in similar sort of games between Derby and Forest over the years, I think it'd be very, very similar to that. Looking forward to it. It's a cup game, of course, so it doesn't take priority over the league. But does it mean more? How different is it when you're coming up against the arch rivals?
Well, it means more than a normal first round of the League Cup game. You know, we went to Bolton and tried last year and should have won on penalties. But when there's the local rivalry at stake, then without a doubt it means more.
And of course, the aim will be to go and win. But will you use this game perhaps for any other purpose, formations, team selection, that type of thing? I'm not asking you to reveal your complete heart and mind.
No, we'll just put the best team out we can to try and win the game. That's it. You know, we've got just the injuries that we picked up on Saturday. That's the only thing. So we've got a good squad, but we'll put the best side out we can. There won't be any sort of resting people or anything like that. If they're fit to play, they'll play.
And how do you rate Chesterfield's start to the season and their squad?
Oh, the squad is, you know, they've brought in an awful lot of players again. You know, and I think just missing out in the playoffs last year, then they'll be trying everything to get promoted this year. And I think they're one of the favourites, and probably rightly so. But you know, they've been throwing money at it for a few years now. I think they had a bigger budget in the conference than most League One sides. You know, which, you know, when the figures come out and they lost nearly £70,000 a week to win the conference or to get out of that, it just sort of shows what they are throwing at it.
Thank you. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.